What's up, guys? JJop123 here, and we got another video. As you can see, another outdoor location, but we're gonna do a little bit better today. So take note of how this sounds right now using my phone, okay? Because today we're gonna review the Power Dewise Lavalier Mic. So it should sound a lot better. As you can tell, it's a little windy. So we're gonna do some tests and give you my opinion, my review, and we're gonna see how this mic stacks up to especially outdoor conditions, considering that I'm gonna be nowhere near my phone. So let's get into it. Here we have the Power Dewise Lavalier microphone. As you can see, it comes in a nice little carrying pouch. Very soft, but hey, I'm glad Power Dewise included that in the package. So, as you can see, I'm gonna open it up here so we can take a look and see what's inside. And the first thing we have is the lavalier mic itself. As you can see, very compact, has a microphone with the wind muff on it. Nice little strap to keep everything together. Nice gold plated connector. You can see the little clip there you use to put on your shirt. So it was a very robust microphone, especially for the price. So as you can see, it was, oh crap, everything else in the package. You also get an extension cable, which is great, and an adapter if you were to use this with a video camera. You'll see the extent of the length during the shots where I'm comparing this between the mic and my cell phone camera, so stay tuned for that. What this sounds like from the phone. As you can see, you probably can barely hear me. Got the wind blowing, some sort of snapper effect. So let's switch over to the mic. As you can tell, I'm probably a lot closer. You can probably hear me a lot better. Probably the wind isn't blowing as much. Sorry if I yelled too much there in the beginning. I'll try to fix that in post. But as you can tell, this is the full extent of the extension cord. So as you can tell, I'm a lot closer, but I'm still far enough away that if I wanted to do something, you could get an idea of how this is as far as distance. Probably not the best example with me being outside. If I wanted to do this, I'd either have to look at some type of wireless solution or just get a longer cable if I really wanted to be out here and really showcase the mic with me a lot further away. So let's do a couple more tests so you can see the difference between the mic and the phone. It's probably a clear difference already, but let me just show you out here. Now I'm sure you're wondering what's with the kite. This has nothing to do with the video. It's just a windy day. I bought these for 25 cents, so I was like, I want to use a kite. Well, that was short-lived, but let's get back with the mic and we'll see how that sounds. So as you can see now, I'm back with the Power Dewise, which I'm sure you can still hear me a lot better than with my phone mic. Now, like I said, the kite has nothing to do with the video. It was just windy and I wanted to fly a kite. Plus it's something interesting in the video versus me just blowing air into my mic and saying, hey, listen to this. At least you actually can see me doing something. But this is a great mic for YouTube, for interviews. If you just want to use something to just get a little bit better sound, instead of using your phone mic, or if it's windy, you need something to block the wind, or in my case, where I'm standing a little bit further away from the phone, so that way you guys are able to still hear me and see me without me yelling, everything being all muffled, and it just makes everything a lot better. and I'm not sure if you can see the kite in the frame, but you know, and yeah, we're back down on the ground again. But as you can see, the mic holds up very well. We'll do some more practical tests in the car. That way I can really test the wind blocking of the muffs that come with it. Out here it is windy, but it's, you know, dying down here and there. It's windy and then it's not windy, so that way I can just kind of crank the air, so that way we can get something very consistent as far as air. Sorry, I'm trying to like fly this kite at the same time, like explain this, and when I get a gust of wind I just get real happy because I'm like, oh yeah, the kite's gonna fly up now, and I try to hurry up and unwind a lot of it before the wind dies down, because once it dies down, the kite just goes down like it is now. It's just going down and not staying up there. I wish you guys could see it. Like, it'd be so great if you guys could see this, but that is one disadvantage. So here's a con with the Power Dewise. This is it. This is where I can be. I can't go any further. I can't move unless I'm just carrying everything around. Like, I can't go any further than this. This is it. So there's a con for you that I have with this mic. I can only go so far. It's not a bad thing. It's just, if I really wanted to do more and just get a better distance of things, so that way it's like, oh, I can do this, and at the same time, like, oh, maybe you guys can see that in the shot, but it's like, if I really want to go further and do more, I'm limited. I'm limited by the length of the cable. So if you're gonna look at this, I wouldn't recommend it if you plan on doing something where you need to be very far away. Just, you know, a couple feet here and there would probably be sufficient, and I'm sure that would make most people happy with anything that they need to do. Anything more than that, it's just not worth it. I see, like right now, I'm trying to fly this kite. I want to move around, but if I move around, I'll pull the camera down. So this is the most I can do. So let's get back in the car and we'll do some tests with wind per se, with the air in the car, since it's still windy out here, but you know, not as windy as I would like it to be to really get a test, and because my kite's just falling down and getting stuck in a tree. Yep, it's stuck in the tree. That's saddening. So here we have another test with me using the phone. I'm holding it, as you can tell, because well, that was sad. But here's a good test of what everything sounds like through the phone again, especially with it being a lot closer to me. This is probably more so of what most videos are like, with the phone just being close to you. So there's a good idea of what that sounds like. There's a little bit of wind going, but I'm sure you can tell there's a huge difference in sound quality just from the built-in mics. Now granted, I'm using the V20, which already has way better mics than most phones, but I'm sure you can tell the difference between me using this and the Power Dewise. That's so sad. So now we're in the car. I got the windows closed. As you can probably tell, it sounds a lot louder. So let's try this wind test out. So I'm just gonna turn on the air here. I'm gonna crank it up. So right now, I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing, hear me talking. It's very overpowering. This is too crazy in post. I'll try to edit it. But this is a prime example of maybe some high wind. So let's see what the difference is with the Power Dewise mic. So now we are doing everything exactly the same. I'm not sure if this is going to make too much of a difference. Now this test may not show much, but I just wanted to show under extreme conditions what the difference would be if you were to use the Power Dewise versus any other microphone. So let's get this wrapped up with some final thoughts, and yeah, final thoughts. So here's another example of what it sounds like. Obviously, I'm still closer than I was when I was flying the kite, but I'm still short. It's very windy. You can barely hear me. And just like in my previous video, as you can see here, same thing. You can barely hear me. It's just very windy. I didn't really realize it until after the fact. So let's switch over to the mic and we'll see how that sounds. Through the power of editing, as you can see in this situation, I am using the mic, which I'm sure you can hear me. The wind's not blowing as much, or at least the muff is blocking the wind, so you can probably hear me a lot better. So this is definitely a better solution. You can see I'm in the same position that I was before I used the mic, and again, this is also kind of a test of the length of the cable, so you can see how far away I can actually be without causing too much issue, without me needing to readjust the camera or anything like that. Everything is exactly the same. The only thing I did was plug in the extension cable and the microphone to show you the test of what this sounds like at the same distance. Now the wind is definitely blowing. I'm not sure if you can see the trees in the background, but the wind is definitely blowing. So I'm not sure what this is going to sound like until I see it in post, but I can probably assure you it sounds way better than what it normally would sound doing everything through the phone. So this is definitely a good investment. For the price, I only paid about $16 for this, so it's very affordable, very cheap. I mean, I don't see there being too much of an issue with anyone wanting to pick this up. It's definitely a good addition if you plan on doing videos like I am on YouTube, or if you plan on doing any type of interviews, or even if you just want a better mic if, say, you're outside. Even if you're not using it in this application, if you keep everything nice and tidy, keep it together, I'm sure this would be great for like a party, or even if you wanted to use it elsewhere, it would still work out great. We'll get wrapped up here. So it wouldn't be good final thoughts without using the mic. So final thoughts of the Power Dewise Lavalier microphone. Well, as you can clearly hear, it's definitely good. I don't have any complaints. After watching the videos and listening to everything, I just blown away, especially for the price. So I can definitely say this is definitely something worth buying. The one test that did kind of blow my mind, the test I did in the car with the air conditioning, the fact that the LG V20 picked me up way better than the freaking Power Dewise, that was crazy. That tips the hat to LG for making a solid smartphone, especially since this is what I use to make my videos. Like, it's just bar none a great phone. I use it to make all my videos. So that being said, the Power Dewise, you can see the pros and cons. You can definitely hear the pros and cons. Like I said, if anything, I would wish they would put a longer extension cable in there, or if they had a wireless version of this, it would probably be perfect. But until then, you got to make do with what you got, and hopefully when you're shooting, it's not going to be anything too crazy that the extension cable isn't enough for you. For my examples, it was enough, but you saw the limitations of what I could do with this extension cable and the length. But I'm sure if you really looked around on maybe like eBay or Amazon, you could easily find a length of cable that would accommodate your needs. So this is JJock123, and I'll see you guys in the next video.